So, beta, good evening to all.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
So, beta, what did you taught in the last lecture? I think beta, greatest integer function. So, today we start the topic called greatest integer function. Okay, and you can easily say GIF. GIF. Okay, greatest integer function, and you can say GIF. So actually, guys, basic condition is that ki suppose basic is that beta ki let's say fx is equal to so this shape represent GIF. Box represent greatest integer function of x. So actually, guys, first thing is that we are on the class 12 section. अभी बेटा क्लास 12 का मैं क्लास 12 का जो फंक्शन चल रहा है उसको भी कंटिन्यू करेंगे. जो क्लास 11th वाला बच्चा है बेटा, अभी फंक्शन तक आप लोग लेक्चर को ऑब्जर्व करो, ठीक है. अभी क्लास 12 का है, क्लास 12 का मैं पहले पढ़ाऊंगा क्योंकि इनका आईआईटी का एग्जाम बहुत नजदीक है. मनोज सर ने बोला था बेटा कि दोनों बैच को साथ पढ़ाने के लिए, जस्ट क्लब द टू बैचेस, बट दिस इज नॉट पॉसिबल फ्रॉम माय साइड. So after the function, we have to start at the combined chapter. Okay, but right now we're just covering the class 12 syllabus firstly. So fx is equal to greatest box of x. Yeah, you can say that the greatest integer function of x, and this box represent the greatest integer function. Okay, suppose we have a number x and x should be written as n plus f. X should be written as beta n plus f. So beta, what about n? So I already discussed in the last lecture. N is beta what? N is what? So beta n is the integral part. N is called integral part. This is called integral part, and n is always belongs to integer, and this will be beta f, and f will be fractional part. F will be fractional part, and f should lies between 0 to 1. F should lies between 0 to 1. So basically, greatest integer function of x is equal to n. Greatest integer function of x is equal to n. So I already discussed the last lecture बेटा, मैं तो डिस्कस कर दिया था. जैसे एग्जांपल के तौर पे बेटा, फॉर एग्जांपल greatest integer function of 1.2 is what? So 1.2 is written as, बेटा ये तो मैंने डिस्कस कर दिया था ना बेटा.
हाँ सर, हो गया है सर.
हो गया ना डिस्कशन. Guys, Devesh and Madhusudan, you both guys are from class 11. Okay, so basically beta, I'm just covering the topic, covering the chapter of class 12. Okay, and after the completion of this chapter we will start beta class 11th and 12th beta both combined syllabus. Okay now, so guys, I'm just requesting to you, we just to consider the lecture, because that is the lecture is also थोड़ा सा आगे निकल चुका है बेटा लेक्चर. तो तुम लोग अभी क्लास नहीं भी कर सकते हो, मतलब अभी मत करो क्लास, है ना. अभी 12th वाले बैच में अभी मैं 12th ही कवर करूंगा, और आफ्टर 4 to 5 क्लास बेटा वी विल स्टार्ट द कॉमन चैप्टर. ओके, सो आज बार आप रुक जाओ. हाँ, अभी मधुसूदन और देवेश. ओके
ओके सर.
हाँ, 4 to 5 डेज बेटा, बाद में आपको फिर से एक साथ लूंगा, ठीक है ना.
ठीक है सर.
हाँ, तो बेटा मैंने लास्ट क्लास में कहाँ तक कवर किया था बेटा, बताओ मेरे को पहले. 12th वाले guys, what I taught in the last lecture, let me know.
ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन हो गया था सर.
नहीं अभी बेटा तो मैंने स्टार्ट ही किया था, अभी इतना जल्दी कहाँ से हो जाएगा.
एग्जांपल्स दिए थे.
अभी तो कैलकुलस पढ़ा रहा हूँ दोस्त. कैलकुलस में कभी मत बोलना कि हो गया था बेटा. ये तो मैंने कैलकुलस स्टार्ट ही नहीं किया तो बोला हो गया था. अरे कुछ नहीं हुआ था.
एग्जांपल्स दिए थे सर.
एग्जाम्पल्स हो गया था ना.
हाँ.
चलो, कुछ काम की बातें लिख लो. Madhusudan, I think we have some difficulty to understand the lecture, but that's fact. This is the class 12th lecture, so difficulty is possible. So beta, next topic is any real number. Our next point is any real number x can be expressed as a sum of two numbers, capital I and F, where F is F is positive factor. F is positive factor, or you can say 0. F is positive factor and you can say 0, and I is an integer. Okay. Capital I is called integral part of x. Capital I is called integral part of x, and is denoted as greatest integer function of x, and f is called fractional part of x, and is denoted as this. Okay. Clear? So hence you can easily say that x is equals to I plus f. Yeah, in the systematic order, greatest integer function of x plus fractional part of x. Okay, the systematic manner you can say. Okay, so finally you can also say in the clear-cut language, x is equal to greatest integer function of x plus fractional part function of x. So one important thing is that, guys, so this is what? This is integer. This is integer. And this is positive fraction, or you can say that 0. Positive fraction, and you can say that 0. Okay. Got it? This is the beta point 1. This is the point 1. Got it? Come on the point 2. Point 2 is that greatest integer function of x and fractional part function of x can be used as integral part and fractional part respectively, only when only when it is defined, only when it is defined in the question. But one thing is that na ki whenever in question it is clear cut say that this shape represent greatest integer function and this shape represent fractional part function, then you clear cut satisfied, yeah, this is the condition of GF and FPF. Otherwise you can consider as the brackets. Okay, okay guys, तो जब तक कुछ यदि गिवन नहीं हो ना, मतलब यदि क्वेश्चन में बोल ना दे कि ये फ्रैक्शनल पार्ट फंक्शन को रिप्रेजेंट करेगा या ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन को रिप्रेजेंट करेगा, तो टेक द एक्शन। यदि कमेंट नहीं करता तो आप उसको क्या समझना है, आपको समझना है कोई ब्रैकेट्स है, क्या बेटा, ब्रैकेट्स। क्लियर बेटा? सो वी आर जस्ट कम ऑन द प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन। ओके, so very important thing which I discussed today. Properties. So but the first property is that, let's say x should lies between n to n plus 1. Let's suppose x should lies between, मतलब x जो है बेटा, और कंडीशन बेटा कि n belongs to integer, that is the important condition, n is बेटा integer। अब सपोज करो बेटा कि x कोई नंबर है जो n या n plus 1 के बीच में लाई कर रहा है। सपोज x is a number and it lies between n या n plus 1. At this condition, greatest integer function of x is equal to always 1। मतलब ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन जो होगा ना बेटा, हमेशा हमेशा इस वाले वैल्यू को सपोर्ट करे। ठीक है, आई थिंक दैट इज क्लियर और नॉट? ओके गाइस,
Yes, sir.
at this condition, greatest integer function of x should always be simply n. I'm just clearing my the example. Wait, just to consider the observation. Observation. Let's say x should lies between 0 to 1. X should lies between 0 to 1. At this condition, greatest integer function of x is what? Simply 0. How? Because beta greatest integer function of 0.2 is what? Simply 0. Okay. Greatest integer function of 0.3 is what? Simply 0. Greatest integer function of 0.4 is what? Simply 0. Greatest integer function of 0.9 is what? Simply 0. And many more examples. So clear cut ki greatest, so clear cut ki x should lies between 0 to 1. At this condition, greatest integer function of x is simply 1. Okay beta, got it now? This is clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's say next observation. Let's say x should lies between 1 to 2. So greatest integer function of x is what? Always 1. Okay, let's say 1.2, let's say 1.3, 1.4, 1.9. So what is the update, guys? Simply greatest integer function of 1.2 is what? Is what? Tell me. Greatest integer function of 1.2 is what? Simply 1. Greatest integer function of 1.3 is what? Simply 1. Greatest integer function of 1.4 is what? Simply 1. isn't it? Greatest is a function of 1.9 is what? Simply 1. So beta, whenever x should lies between 1 to 2, at this condition, greatest integer function of x will be always 1. Let's say beta, let's say x should lies between 2 to 3. X should lies between 2 to 3. So greatest integer function of x is equal to what? Simply 2. Got it? Got it or not? So this sequence will be moved out. Okay. Got it? So finally, let's suppose x should lies between n to n plus 1. The greatest integer function of x will be always n. I think beta, this will be clear to all. Okay. Okay. In other hand, let's say in other hand, guys, let's say x should lies between x should lies between 0 minus 1 to 0. अब x बेटा -1 से लेकर 0 के बीच में लाई कर रहा है. अब देखो मानो कि -0.2 का आपको JF निकालना है. -2 is written as बेटा -1 plus 0.8. Okay. So greatest integer function of minus 0.2 is what? Minus -1. Greatest integer function of minus 0.7 is what? -1. Okay. So simple, you can understood here. Sir, let's say clear cut. Sir, x should lies between -1 to 0. At this condition, greatest integer function of x will be always 1. Always 1. मतलब clear cut guys कि in the condition of greatest integer function, it just considerable of less value. Okay, this value हमेशा अपने इस साइड के वैल्यू को बेटा क्या करेगा, वो अप्रोच करेगा. तो फाइनल बेटा आई थिंक दिस विल बी क्लियर टू ऑल. Guys, just note it down. Firstly this one and second this one. Note it down. Note it down better. Then beta, first note it down this one, then beta this one. Then beta.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Graph of greatest integer function. Graph of greatest integer function. Let's say y is equal to this. y is equal to this. So guys, first make the axis. This is your axis. Okay. This is your axis. So this is the beta origin condition. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This will be 4. Okay. This is, I think, -1, -2, -3, -4. This is 1. This is 2. -3. -1. This is -2. -3. Guys, just let me know something about it. Let's suppose x should lies between 0 to 1. So GIF of x is what? Simply 0. Simply 0. Okay. Got it now? Got it? Arey yaar, yes or no? Tell me. Okay.
Yes.
This is clear or not? So
Yes.
basically graph should lies between x should lies between 0 to 1. At this condition, greatest integer function of x will be always 0. Graph is what? Graph is starting from 0 and it goes up to 1. But one important thing is that beta, at 1 graph is not included. Graph is vacant. Okay. Suppose x should lies between 1 to 2. So greatest integer function of x is equal to 1. At this condition, this is your graph. Okay. Suppose x should lies between 2 to 3. So GIF of x is always 2. The graph is like as beta, simply 2 to 3. Suppose graph x should lies between 3 to 4. GIF of x is always 3. The graph is better simply okay. Okay. I think that should clear. So same thing is happening, but graph is like as the this. Okay, beta. Like as the this same situation like as the this. So beta, this is the graph of it's look like series of steps. It's look like series of steps that's region to called a step function. A step function. One important observation is that the greatest integer function is also called a step function. Okay, so just draw the graph proper and systematically. Okay, let's draw fast. Then beta. Any doubt? So that is the graphical approach. Then beta. So basically, beta, by this terminology, we have to calculate the things. Okay. So I think this is clear to all. Any doubt? Any doubt? Let me know.
No, sir.
Okay, now. Sure. Next property is number 2. This is the property number 2. So basically, beta, important thing is that key greatest integer function of x is always belongs to z. This is the important property, very important. So beta, one JEE advanced question. Question is beta ki fx is equal to sine 2 raised to the power x plus xx square plus 4 minus sin x. Okay. And this represent greatest integer function divided by 1 plus xx square. This is pi into pi to find its range. Okay. So to find its range. Got it now? So this is very interesting question, and one thing is given beta. This shape represent greatest integer function. This is the given condition to you. So that is the very technical question beta, and only 3% student, sorry, only 4% student in India solve this question in JEE Advance. बेटा ये जब क्वेश्चन आया था ना मॉक टेस्ट में, JEE Advance का मॉक टेस्ट में, तो 3% जो 3.4% बच्चों ने इसको सही सॉल्व किया था. हालांकि इसका बेटा सॉल्यूशन बहुत लोगों ने किया, लेकिन आई विल डिस्कस माय ओन सॉल्यूशन. मैं इसको डील कैसे करूंगा ये देखना. So guys, condition is that ki fx is equal to sine 2 to the power x plus xx square plus 4 minus sin x, and this all the things is covered under the greatest integer function into pi divided by 1 plus xx square. So you have to calculate their range, guys. You have to calculate their range. Iska range find karna hai. So try to tackle the problem, guys. Guys, what's your answer? Beta, just observe here. Question is ki fx, yeah, you can say y, fx, yeah, you can say y, both are same. Y or fx, both are same. Y, yeah, you can say fx is equal to sine 2 to the power x plus xx square plus 4 minus sin x divided by 1 plus xx square. So my dear student, just to observe one thing, one important thing just to observe. Point is that कि guys, इसके अंदर जो कुछ भी लिखा है बेटा, this is what? This is integer. Yes or no? बेटा yes or no? इसके अंदर जो कुछ भी लिखा है बेटा वो तो इंटीजर होगा. आपको मैंने कल भी पढ़ाया था ना, या आज भी मैंने पढ़ा बेटा, ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन ऑफ x ऑलवेज बिलोंग्स टू इंटीजर. तो इसके अंदर जो कुछ भी लिखा है बेटा वो क्या होगा? सब कुछ इंटीजर होगा बेटा. Yes or no? Yes or no? This is what? This is greatest integer function. और तुमको बेटा मैंने पढ़ाया था कि यूजिंग एक इंपॉर्टेंट बात, ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन हमेशा तो इंटीजर होता है बेटा. ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन हमेशा जब इंटीजर होगा तो ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन ऑफ समथिंग हमेशा n होगा. So this is what sin n pi upon 1 plus x square. और तुमको बेटा पता है ना कि sin थीटा 0 कब होता है, जब थीटा इज इक्वल टू n pi. Okay, this is the class 11th standard formula of trigonometry. Sin theta is equal to 0, theta is equal to n pi. So sin n pi is what? 0, or 0 upon 1 plus x square is always 0. Is always 0. This is your answer. So beta, here what we got? Here beta, finally what we got? Finally beta, fx is equal to 0 means range that is range that is y belongs to 0. Y belongs to 0. Y belongs to 0. Y belongs to 0. Got it or not? So that is the way to tackle the problem. 90%, 95, above 95% people have no idea how to tackle the problem. इसका तुम कैलकुलेशन करोगे ना बेटा तो बहुत डिफिकल्ट है बेटा इसका आंसर निकालना. Got it? Just better note it down. One more question. Try to solve it out. Try to solve. और बेटा जल्दी से बताओ आंसर क्या है. What's your answer बेटा? सिंपल स्ट्रेटेजी बेटा, let greatest integer function of x is equal to y. Simply dot 2y square minus 5y plus 2 is equal to 0. So just factorize 2y minus 1 into y minus 2 is equal to 0. Then 2y minus 1 is equal to 0. So y is equal to 1 by 2. Or y minus 2 is equal to 0. So y is equal to 2. So guys, y is what? Greatest integer function of x. This is equal to what? 1 by 2. Okay. So greatest integer function of x is equals to 1 by 2. But this is what? This is fractional value. This is what? Fractional value. Matlab what? That is no solution. That is no solution. Okay. And this is what? This is integer. Oh, this is what? This is equal to 2. This is integer. This is what? This is integer. So greatest integer function of x is equal to 2 means what? X should lies between 2 to 3. This is your answer. यार भाई तू कुछ तो करो यार, बोलते बोलते हो नहीं, समझ में आ रहा है ना तुमको?
Yes, sir.
So your answer will be x should lies between 2 to 3. Any doubt, beta? Note it down firstly.
Yes.
Note it down. Note it down firstly. Done. Next question. Very important question. Guys, I'm just giving you 2 minutes. Just observe the question. Just observe the question. What happened, beta? Guys, just observe. Tan QX and their GIF plus tan x minus 2 is equal to 0. So from here we can say that is a tan x is equals to 2 minus tan QX. 2 is what? 2 is integer. 2 is integer. And here, this is also beta integer. This whole condition becomes integer. So guys, this is integer. This is integer. So integer minus integer will always integer. So this quantity will always be integer, no doubt. No doubt. Okay. So from here we can say that is the greatest integer of x is simply x. Means sir, tan cube x is belonging to integer. So tan cube x ka greatest integer function is always equal to tan cube x. Okay, and your expression will be tan cube x plus tan x minus 2 is equal to 0. Minus 2 is equal to 0. So just to solve this side, let tan x is equal to y. So expression is y cube plus y minus 2 is equal to 0. So guys, just to factorize it, so I think beta just put 0 minus 2, not possible. Just put 1. So yeah. Simply beta what? Y minus 1 into y square plus y minus 2 is equal to 0. So from here what we got? Simply y is equal to 1. Okay. So I think plus 2. Okay. So beta d is less than 0. The expression will be positive. No need to solve this one. D less than 0. So tan x is equal to what? Tan x is equals to 1. Means what? That is simply tan pi by 4. Tan pi by 4. X is equals to n pi plus pi by 4. Where n belonging to integer. This is your beta answer. This is your answer. So by this method, you can tackling the problem. You can solve very easily. I think this will be clear to all guys. Any doubt? Got it now? Just note it on better. Properties number 3. So properties number 3 is that beta. So beta. No, property number 3 is not. Just wait 1 minute. Guys, 1 minute. This is clear, guys? Any doubt? This is clear or not? Beta, this is clear or not?
Yes, sir.
ओके तो बेटा आज के लिए इतना ही है ना। नेक्स्ट क्लास में बेटा हम लोग फिर फ्रैक्शनल पार्ट फंक्शन करेंगे। इसकी और भी कुछ प्रॉपर्टी है बेटा बचा हुआ जो अपन नेक्स्ट क्लास में डिस्कस करेंगे उसको, ठीक है। सम लिटिल प्रॉपर्टीज बचा हुआ है बेटा। चलो बेटा आज के इतना ही, अपन नेक्स्ट क्लास में बेटा मिलता है। थैंक यू फॉर टुडे सेशन।